Hello, everyone. It's a little earlier today. I'm not doing it before I go to bed because I know today I'm going to be staying out a little late, so I don't want to be doing this right before I go to bed, which might be 12 or 12:30. So I kind of just want to do my journaling, stargazing, and then hit the hay. So that's why we're doing it right now. But one thing I was thinking about today um, is the idea of justice. And in the book Right Thing Right Now by Ryan Holiday, he uh, upheld justice as the main virtue and almost the epitome of um, what we need to follow in our lives. That it's the ultimate virtue, and without it, it can't be nothing else. None of the other virtues like wisdom or courage, or courage, it can be uh, expressed to its fullest without justice. So his definition of justice, I think, is doing the right thing and doing the right thing. So actually doing it. So, what he says is that something like courage, you can have courage but be doing the wrong thing and isn't something that would lead to a virtuous life. You can have wisdom, so knowing what to do, um, saying the right things at the right time, but that doesn't mean you're doing something right. Not doing something right, but doing something virtuous, doing the right thing. So that's what he upheld as the highest most virtue. And in some sense, I would agree with that. I think there's a deeper layer to this. So we have that first layer of honesty, integrity, wisdom, courage, and then you have this underneath that is the actually doing of those right things, and that would be justice. But I think there's a deeper level on how to figure out what is right and what is wrong. So justice is that doing, and that is fine. But when we're learning and growing up, we don't know what justice is. We don't know what the right thing is. How we find out what the right thing is by acting. So partly what justice is, but acting and then reflecting on if this act or this is experience, or if this interaction was something that I did right, that I was following the path of perfect virtue, was I being virtuous? And it's that reflection, and it's those tools of how to be a virtuous, how to do right, that I think are more important than just realizing, hey, we need to do the right thing. Because if we never learn how to do right, then we'll never get to justice. So, I think what's more important is this idea of Kaizen, of, hey, acquire self-mastery of yourself so you can help the greater world around you. And that self-mastery is understanding the ideas behind justice, behind virtue, behind courage, behind wisdom. And that's why I think Kaizen is one of the most crucial tools that you need to be a virtuous human being, or to be just the best human being you can be. It's that continuous learning and reflection and understanding of yourself and how to best master yourself so that you can help everyone around you and the world. Now, I think there's another one, and this one, this aspect I haven't pinned down enough on why I think it's more important than justice. Just the only thing I can equate it to, the only, let's just, let me stop blabbering and just tell you, I think love is a more deep and meaningful way of living in the world than justice. And I think it's Kaizen and love together which make the human whole and be able to do the right thing, to be courageous, to be wise. And like I said, my argument for this isn't as lucid or let's say clear as the argument for Kaizen, but it does come from a story that I quote that I refer to quite often, and that's Record of Ragnarok, the fight between Jack the Ripper and Hercules. Because mainly Hercules in this, and it's ironic because Ryan Holiday in the very beginning of Right Thing Right Now refers to Hercules. But what Record of Ragnarok did is show that Hercules is someone who is virtuous, who is the epitome of justice, of doing the right thing, and right here, right now. But what you see is that sometimes, ironically, paradoxically, that's not the right thing to do. And what I mean by that is when Hercules finds out he's going to be facing against Jack the Ripper, Jack the Ripper in Record of Ragnarok is the epitome of evil. He is everything that can be evil in this world. And it's explicitly explained and explicitly stated through the very beginning that Jack the Ripper's this awful human being. And he's done awful things. He's butchered 5 prostitutes for probably his just own enjoyment. He quotes Shakespeare in that the labors we delight in, physics pain. So, and that's a wink wink and to what Hercules wasn't seeing, because at the very beginning, Hercules is being someone of virtue and justice and saying, you know what, this person's evil. We must eliminate this person for the greater good because he's evil. And in some sense, he's right. You don't want a mass murderer going around anymore and killing any other people. But what he didn't realize is he didn't understand the situation fully. He didn't accept Jack the Ripper as he is and try to understand how he became Jack the Ripper. And what you find is that Jack the Ripper really isn't the epitome of evil and true evil. He's not someone who is just psychopathic and doesn't care about anyone's feelings. Oh, let me rephrase that. He didn't understand Jack the Ripper's past. He didn't understand why he's doing these things, what it is keeping him from looking inside himself and being introspective, because as when he finally realizes, finally starts to calm down, to accept the situation as it is, and to try to understand the situation, what he finds is that Jack the Ripper has always looked outward, externals. He has this power that can see emotions, and he's always striving for the greatest emotion in people, and that is usually fear. And through his backstory as well, why he doesn't like prostitutes so much is because his mom pretty much betrayed him. Not saying it was right what he did, because as we see in the backstory, what he did was awful. Even if someone betrayed him, pretty much killed his mother for betraying him, and then killed his father for betraying his mother. But we can get a greater understanding of that now. If we just stopped at doing what was right, or what we thought was right, Hercules would have never understood Jack the Ripper's situation, and said one of the most iconic lines, and saying in the page before how humans are despicable, they're evil, they betray people, there's hatred, there's envy, there's what's other sins, pride, this, but I still love humanity. And that is why I think love is deeper than justice. Because in a sense, love is acceptance of everything how it is. Not that you don't want it to change, or that well, let me explain. And love is acceptance and the wantingness to things for things to grow. So pretty much love is, for me, acceptance and growth. Because you can't have growth without acceptance of, well, what the hell do you even believe in the first place? So, that's what he does. He accepts Jack the Ripper as he is. He says it. He's like, man, you must have suffered a lot. Someone must have betrayed you. Society must have cast you out. He accepts that. But then he says, but I don't care. I know you're better than this. And I am going to show you what the right thing is. And that is so powerful. And to nail it on the head, further, at the very end, Jack the Ripper has, long story, but he has his hands through Hercules' chest, through his weapon, and Hercules has the chance to kill Jack the Ripper. Yet he doesn't. He hugs him instead. And if it was the Hercules at the beginning who just followed justice and righteousness, Jack the Ripper would be dead, and Hercules would have won. But what Hercules realizes is that, well, he sees the humanity in Jack the Ripper, and he sees how he's grown through the fight. How throughout the whole fight, Jack the Ripper is staying away, throwing daggers at him, staying away, and not confronting him. But at the end, he finally has a one-on-one duel confrontation. And you can just, it's beautiful panels, because as you just see them side by side panels of their injuries, of the exact same places, showing their shared humanity and shared suffering together. And I think Hercules sees this and knows that Jack the Ripper still can grow. He has the ability to overcome his impulses, as he talks about in Record Ragnarok. And I think that's why he hugs him instead and dies. Because right after Hercules dies, Jack the Ripper looks at his hand, at what has killed the only person that you could say that has actually expressed some kind of love for him. And instead of looking outward, of looking what could satisfy him, the pleasures that physics his pain that's inside of him, or alleviates, physics is an old word, alleviates the pain inside of him. Once he starts to do that, he asks himself, what color am I? And the color is his power, or the emotion he feels in another person. So he asks, what is the emotion I'm feeling now? Who am I? What am I doing? It's introspection. It's that self-mastery of Kaizen we're talking about. It's, holy crap, what have I been doing? I just killed this person who expressed so much love for me, and that other people have loved so much. Like, and then he's walking right, and he's going through, he's thinking, he's reflecting, he's introspecting and trying to understand this fight, and says, damn, like, if I only had one wish, I wish you were here with me. And that is love. That is what love has done. And that's why I think love is a deeper than justice. Because sometimes doing the right thing might not seem so clear. But what is clear is your necessary need to accept others as they are and want to see the world grow. And if you can do that, I think you're fine. That and Kaizen, that self-mastery, if you have those two things, I think you can be a wonderful, productive, effective, virtuous, and loving human being that will leave a better mark on this world. And then focusing on something else. So that's kind of why I love that fight. Every time I remember it, I'm like, I just remember so many other things about it that's just like, wow, this is so philosophically deep. What the hell? It is like the fourth fight in a manga. Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's what I think. I value justice. I definitely value it. I value doing the right thing. But you're never going to know what the right thing is if you don't have self-mastery of yourself, and that through that reflection and introspection. And if you don't love and accept other people and want to see the world, people in the world grow around you. Because doing the right thing sometimes isn't obvious. And I think love kind of buffets that and shows us, okay, well, here's a little clearer picture now that we can do right. So yeah, a little longer today. I got in my stride. But anyways, I will see y'all not tomorrow, Sunday, right? Not tomorrow, Monday. I'll see you Monday, okay? Bye.